Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra September 5, 2023. Today could feel like you're a toy top sputtering around, losing steam. You may quite literally feel like you sent a century spinning. This is because sweet Venus, our lesser benefic, has frozen in the skies above. This is always immensely uncomfortable, as the world is dealing with the awkward sense of changing direction around matters of the heart. Stillness also can be immensely irritating and challenging. Don't let the anxiety get to you. Just meditate, center yourself, and know that this Venus retrograde storm will soon fade behind you. You ascent be spinning in glory before you know it once again. What do you want to be known for? Your professional standing, reputation, and career path have changed throughout the summer, thanks to Venus retrograde. The last few months may have illuminated who and what was worth committing to in the long run, since it will play a part in your professional legacy. By the time Venus stations direct in Leo today, you may feel more self-assured with your commitment to certain priorities or partnerships that will positively enhance your professional standing. Use the post-shadow period to make necessary adjustments to your career path. While the moon is still 2 days away from its monthly visit to your financial sector, already there is a friendly reception waiting for it. It is not too early to have your antennas up, but it is too soon to overthink things. The more you can go into this with a blank page, the more room there will be for your subconscious to download as much information, insights, and messages as possible. For every pharmaceutical treatment, there is a holistic way to take care of yourself. Pay attention to where you get your knowledge regarding wellness. Do you rely on what your parents taught you? How is their health? Do you believe what's written on all the packaging you buy? Do you have a friend or two who seem tuned in to holistic healthcare practices? Open yourself to receiving knowledge from new sources and notice the healthy difference it can make in your life. If the last few days have destabilized you a little, today should be the day that you find an equilibrium again. The challenge will be in making your relationships with family and friends better, to smooth things out and look for common ground. Don't step up the rhythm too much though, and above all, don't be impatient. You will have to closely collaborate with others and be diplomatic. Some advice: be more receptive than active in your relationships and go with the flow. It is the moon's departure from your work sector just before Venus turns direct in your career sector today that will do more than just ensure you are emotionally and intuitively engaged as the brakes come off career matters. While this will shift all focus on the career front to the road ahead, with both planets in your work sector in retrograde motion while still retaining links to the doors open to the past, second chances and untapped potential on the job front. It is then that the moon will return to your relationship sector in time to ensure you are emotionally engaged ahead of Jupiter's retrograde turn here tomorrow. It is just as Jupiter has reached his last full day in direct motion in your relationship sector, and as both he and Uranus, in his early days in retrograde motion here, have come to a standstill, that the moon returns. The moon will be here as Jupiter turns retrograde tomorrow, ensuring you are emotionally engaged as the two planets watching over your relationships turn their focus onto the past. Our eyes in the sky. In a perfectly timed celestial dance, the moon makes its entrance into your income sector just as Jupiter, in the final day of his direct motion there, comes to a standstill. This fortuitous alignment is further accentuated by Jupiter's friendly aspect to Mercury, who is currently in retrograde motion in your work sector, reaching its peak. With the moon's presence, your intuitive and emotional connection to matters of finance sharpens, particularly as Jupiter joins a growing cohort of planets in retrograde motion across the income, work, and career domains of your life. As Pluto enters the final weeks of its retrograde motion in your income sector, the number of planets in retrograde motion in your work and career sectors continues to grow. The synchronicity deepens as the moon pays a visit to your work sector just as Jupiter spends his last full day in direct motion in the same domain. This overlap coincides with a friendly aspect to Mercury, already in retrograde motion in your career sector. It's worth noting that this celestial display unfolds just before Venus, the planet associated with money, is set to turn direct in your work sector today. As the moon concludes its monthly sojourn in your income sector, it leaves behind a heightened sensitivity to financial matters. This newfound clarity and emotional engagement align with the impending shift in the work and job front. Both planets in your income sector remain in retrograde motion, effectively linking the turning point in your professional life with opportunities from the past, second chances, and untapped income potential that will continue to be accessible. The Venus retrograde in Leo, which has been influencing our romantic and financial lives since it began on July 22, comes to an end tonight. As Venus turns direct, we find ourselves navigating through the aftermath of the romantic and financial turbulence we've experienced over the past several weeks. The silver lining here is that this shift allows us to address and resolve any lingering miscommunications and other issues that may have arisen. This planetary movement opens up the opportunity for candid conversations about the future of our relationships and financial plans. Delving into our emotions and gaining a deeper understanding of them can be instrumental in resolving lingering problems. If you've been feeling affectionate lately, you'll likely find yourself more at ease and composed when it comes to matters of the heart. This newfound openness and understanding you share with others can bring a great deal of satisfaction. For those who are single, your creative and inventive ideas could lead to increased popularity among your friends. They'll find your innovative thinking exciting, and you may find yourself at the center of attention. However, it's essential to be aware that some unexpected challenges may arise in your business dealings. Your plans and ideas might not gain the traction you had hoped for, and convincing others of their benefits could prove challenging. While this may be frustrating, it's crucial not to rush things. Pushing too hard could backfire and lead to losses. It's advisable to maintain a cool and composed demeanor, even in the face of adversity. By doing so, you can better navigate these challenges and prevent worse outcomes from occurring.